Hey y'all, welcome back to Brady's Garage, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you along for the ride of doing my valve cover on my F10 BMW. It's going to be a rough one. It really is. It's gonna be a difficult one. I've done it before. I did the gasket. However, I was like, I'm not gonna spend $200 to replace the valve cover, even though everyone who did it said do it. I didn't. And that cost me another 10 hours probably in work, where I gotta go ahead and do it again. Part comes tomorrow, but today I'm going to be taking it apart so that when it comes tomorrow, it's gonna be in the garage and I can just put it right back together, hopefully smoothly, I hope. Anyway, let's bring y'all along for the ride. I'm not looking forward to this, but it's gonna make a great video, so.
Quick disclaimer before we get into the video. I just want to point out that most of this video will be a voiceover because I was playing music in the background while working and that music is copyrighted. It makes the work more enjoyable that way, but I will be walking you through with my voice exactly what to do and the steps to follow. Also, the part that I bought for my car will be listed in the description below because I saved quite a bit of money on this part. I found a fantastic deal and it will always be there. So I'm going to link it down below for you guys. This is an N55 engine, but I'm sure they have other ones on that website too. It's not a sponsorship, but just where I found the part and I got a great deal on it. Anyways, let's get back to the video. Hope you have a fantastic day. First, grab a 10mm socket and start loosening the nut on the negative battery terminal. Then safely remove and set aside. Under the hood, the best place to start is by grabbing a T20 and loosening the 6 bolts holding the air intake cover in place. These don't come out fully, but make sure they are loose enough. Don't try to pull them out. Next, you can start to disassemble the intake. Start with removing the cover. On the box, you will have to pull up on it as it is clipped in. It pops right off, and yes, it may feel like you are breaking it, but I promise you are not. Next, there will be push pins on all the plastic trims along the passenger side. Use a flathead or pick tool to pop these right out and remove the plastic trims. Next, there are 2 crossbars in the way. One is silver and the other is black. Both of these are 16mm on all 4 bolts. These will be tight, but you need to remove them. Now you can start working on removing the wiring loops that sit in the way. Now grab yourself the appropriately sized wrench and start removing the fuel lines. In the case of my N55, there's 1 nut for each cylinder that needs to be removed. Make sure you have rags because this will get messy. Next, I would definitely recommend getting an adjustable wrench for the big nut that holds the fuel rail together. Also, there are 4 12mm bolts on the side of the engine that are for disconnecting the fuel rail. Make sure to remove these. For the ignition system, make sure you flip up the coils and remove the electrical connections from all of them. Next, there are 6 fuel injector wires that need to be unplugged. Also, there are 3 8mm ground nuts that need to be removed, then you can set this loom out of the way. Now for the valve cover. There are 24 E12 bolts that will need to be removed. Loosen them as you please, but later in the video there's a specific sequence for torquing down these bolts. Once you have all the bolts loose, you could start gently prying with a pry tool or a flathead to remove the valve cover from the head. Be very careful if you are only replacing the gasket, as these are made of plastic and can break. I had to stop recording during the removal, but here's what it looks like when it is off. Then you just need to replace the valve cover by putting the new one in the same place. Once you've done that, it is simply a process of going in reverse. Make sure to connect every wire and tighten and replace every bolt to make sure you do not miss anything. Plug the battery back in, and you should be all set to start it up.
Okay. Listen for sounds.